Sleep with the lights on, I'm coming heavy with the fights on. I'm hunting, oh, till you're gone. Save your last breath, 'cause you don't need it. Devil's gonna grab what he pleases. Your time has come. When no one can save you, you better run. Flag and I see it still, you're gonna find that I get even. The end is near. Over by nightfall, so don't worry, but putting up a fight calls my fury. Am I made clear?
Motocross is a tough sport, physically, mentally, financially. It can be brutal. It's a sport full of families, bound together by the hardship and the joy that only racing can bring.
We were a motocross family, whether it be racing ourselves, going to watch Grand Prix, and then finally getting involved. The race team was born out of a passion of watching the top teams at that time. In the early 90s, there were some great teams, really distinct with their sponsors, with their branding, their colours. Just inspired me, I guess. We started in the British Championship, but by our second year we were already going to Grand Prix, and we had relative success quickly because we were challenging some of the factory teams and we were right in amongst it. And then the buzz of that, it almost becomes an obsession. Midway through the 2017 season, we started to realise it could be difficult to go again. All the Husky deal was gone, and in all honesty, we'd really exhausted all avenues, pushing to the limit, and we'd been running on empty. It was a strange time because at the same time that the team was coming to an end, it was apparent that I was going to get the role as Motocross of Nations manager for Team GB, so it was bittersweet really.
For the Chamberlain brothers, it's the end of a 15-year adventure, but in racing, there's no time to look back as a new one begins.
I feel as though we've got a chance. It's not about going there, putting the pressure on, we can win it, but I believe we've got a chance of winning it, which means we go there with the attitude of that. Let's attack it, let's go for it, let's leave nothing out, and at the end of the weekend, we'll see what we get.
The 94 Destinations gets underway. Who's going to get
in '94, it was at a time when the American team was so strong that you'd be lucky to get the Europeans individually turn one of the guys over. As a team, they were just so strong. You would just go there and you'd be hoping that we could get involved and get in amongst them, but ultimately you'd have one rider from Germany maybe beat them in one moto, or a Belgian, or maybe a Brit. You could never get a team together to get near them. So it was a shock that we were even in the mix.
Have won. And Great Britain for 27 years, they've been out in the cold, but now they've done it again.
It was almost like a dream. Couldn't quite understand what was going on, you know, it almost seemed surreal, but the boys just got it done on the day.
There's the Americans, that's LaRocco, dejected. 13 years of American domination, it's all over now.
When the Brits won, it changed the way that all the other teams approached that race. Everyone then went there believing that they could turn the Americans over, they could have their chance at winning.
They're going wild. They've come from Great Britain to see their team win.
After '94, it's like the floodgates had opened. The Americans just didn't get the rub of the green where they had before. They still had great riders and great teams, and they were so close at times as well when it just didn't quite happen. But yeah, it was strange the way it changed the dynamics.
Give Hughes a chance to catch, and you can see, oh, Nicol, and they're all...
After winning 13 times on the bounce, Team USA would only win 2 of the next 10. Belgium, Italy and France all got their names on the Chamberlain Trophy before the USA reclaimed the title.
By the mid to late 2000s, there was a new generation of rider. All different countries were producing riders of the technical ability of the Americans. For all the changes in the world, it's still the one race where the riders come and race for pride. They go there to represent their country and the fans love it.
The Motocross of Nations is held each year over one weekend at the end of the outdoor season. Each country enters 3 riders in 3 classes who compete over 3 races. The winners collect the Chamberlain Trophy and their fans hold the bragging rights for the next 12 months. There's no financial reward on the line, only pride and recognition. For the fans, it's a motocross pilgrimage, something that has to be experienced. Your memories will stay with them for life.
My first memory of Motocross of Nations is from 1988 at Villars in France, and I was 10 and I couldn't believe the atmosphere and the way that the race was. It was just amazing. Jean-Michel Bayle on a 125, Jeff Ward, Rick Johnson and Ron Lachine. When you seen those guys at those races, it was something really special. The crowd, the home advantage is going to be intense. It's going to be such a plus point. It'll be interesting to see how that pans out and how we all take it in. The atmosphere will carry us through the weekend, and everyone will be on a massive high. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be, it's a massive experience for everyone, and almost once in a lifetime for everyone that's on the team.
The Nations is a special event. If you get chosen to race the Nations, it's an amazing feeling because you feel like, wow, okay, I've achieved. It's about doing it for your country, and if it's anything like it was in 2006, it's going to be mega.
With this run being on home soil, it's going to be a really big weekend. I feel this one seems to have a lot more buzz about it. I think just because the chances are quite high that we can do really well and get on the podium, even win the race. So that brings like a big, a big buzz for the fans and stuff, and they get behind it a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, with our team selection, we have me, Max and Tommy, and obviously Max is really riding the best he has in a long, long time. He's getting really great results. I feel like I'm riding really well at the moment, and for Tommy, I feel like he's kind of been getting a little bit of a hard time through social media and stuff like that he shouldn't be chosen. But at the end of the day, only a couple of years ago, he won the MX2. He's had a rough go this year with injuries and things like that, but it's just part of the sport, and I believe in him, Max believes in him, and Mark believes in him.
On the day, I still think Tommy's going to be the man for the job. I think Dean's riding really good. He's had a good season, and the 2 weeks that he's had in the UK, I think is going to make a big difference to him. And then Max is just on the form of his life. So we've got to look at those positives, and that's what we're aiming at now.
Just being British and supporting the British team, and we're just riding purely for the pride of the country, and I think that alone brings the fans a lot closer. That's why they have a lot more to say about this event. They care a lot more about this event. None of them wanted nothing to do.
I get a lot of support from the UK when I'm racing in America. It's nice, it's really nice. And to come, to have the Des Nations on the home soil is just amazing.
The team was chosen, we were ready to go. We just had to make the best of any situation that came our way. If it wasn't quite right, we had to deal with it.
This is the 10th time Tommy Searle has been chosen to represent his country. Having taken an individual class win, he has never stood on the podium as part of Team GB. On his 2 previous appearances as part of Team GB, Max Anstey helped the team achieve a 7th and 8th overall. On 3 occasions, Dean Wilson has been 1 place away from the podium.
Once the team got together early that week, they all fell into their natural roles.
I'm gonna get fucking T-boned today. Hopefully I make it tomorrow.
Dean was the guy who was picking everyone up and upbeat and positive. Max was quiet to start with, but then became more and more confident the whole time, and both those guys were helping Tommy because he was carrying an injury, he wasn't at his top form, so they were looking out for him and picking him up. It was good to see. Not here to mess about, are we, boys? Max and Dean had great support from the factories, the bikes, the mechanics, the vans turning up, like everything was like clockwork.
Dean represents Husqvarna in the States, racing AMA Supercross and Motocross, while Max flies the flag on the GP scene.
Max is fucking good at the minute.
Yeah, just like easy. Everyone felt Max was on such a high level. He just looked like he was on rails. Everything he'd done just looked mint.
With Max in his groove, effortlessly turning laps, and Dean working closely with his long-time mechanic, the advantages of riding for a full factory team are starting to become evident.
Get Tommy's bike turning. What is not for me, it's a bit slow and lifeless. Have you had a time on Tommy yet? Yeah, 1:40. The game plan I had was to get the boys together as early as possible, try to get them feeding off each other, and then after that it was apparent that we just needed to help Tommy out as much as we could. Struggling a bit.
Fucking awful, mate. My bike just don't sit.
Yeah,
Like, it either wants to come out or climb over or slide, the back just slides like that.
Looks like the front's climbing a bit. Yeah, jump off it. We did spend more time with Tommy during the build-up, and the reason for that was to give him support. It felt like he was the one who needed support, whether it be with his bike or his injury. He just needed a little bit more time from us.
You can understand Tommy's tracks, but if I commit to the rut, I feel I'm committing at such a high speed to something that could go wrong so quickly with how the bike is. You know what I mean? It doesn't just, on the 450, it just goes...
Yeah, it sits in.
You can just roll through these corners so smooth.
Sometimes the riders have got a point, things aren't quite right. Other times, you know, they just need either reassurance or they need a bollocking. But it's part of it. It's a high intensity sport. They're on the edge. It's normal, you know, that's something you've got to deal with. .95, 39.1, 39.6, 39 dead. It's better already. When it comes to setup changes on Tommy's bike, there were no major ones. It was only to make him feel more comfortable. It was more for him to feel as though we were there with him.
You're now really worried about him.
Well, yeah.
They've got all the support in the world with him, haven't they?
Yeah. This is the smaller version of Natalie, isn't it? Yeah. So if you go softer,
Yeah.
you can go too soft. Watching him coming, isn't he? Trying to keep him back. Lovely up through there. Do you think that's just because you're into the track and attacking it more?
That helps. More confidence with the tape.
Yeah, because you've not got that vulnerability. Still like sits in.
I can make it faster.
Yeah, a little bit so it's not staying in as long. A lot of it was far from ideal, you know, if I'm honest, but you've got to deal with what's in front of you. So Tommy was struggling with a few bits and pieces. We didn't have everything we needed. We just done what we had to do at the time.
It feels like I'm fighting the bike in the corners.
You know, maybe
Nearly looped out here.
See how far on the back wheel was through them? Fast, eh?
That's what you need though. Maybe, you know, more so if you would like if it's turning like this, it's not going to be the back that's making you feel like it's not sitting in unless it's like round.
Do you reckon change the front?
Try and get it to the front sitting in.
Alright then.
Just try, innit? You haven't even got nothing to lose, that's what we're here. But you didn't reckon when you rode down.
Darren's is really good in the corners, but on the straights it's fucked. But on these perfect corners like this, it sits so nice. Just plants and just goes.
Your bike, like down this hill when you hit those bumps, it's like
good.
When you hit stuff like that, it just goes.
Yeah, my bike's
his
good.
is like where it's soft.
Yeah, his is fine round here, but you wouldn't want to race with that.
Me and Jordan just helped Tommy as much as we could, encouraging him and just getting behind him.
I'm not going to gain nothing there, but I'm not fit now, I'm fucked.
No, that's alright.
But so much better with tape though, my ankle. I feel confident now. We need to tape it more, I think.
A massive part of this sport is getting behind the riders and creating an atmosphere and an environment that they believe in, and then believing in themselves and in the team around them.
We've got some good guys now, and I think we've got a strong chance.
You know, looking at the overall picture, Max looking so strong, Dean, and then believing that Tommy could pull a result out. It's hard because you're not actively involved with the riders, so it's such a short amount of time, but I think it gelled quite quickly. The only one doubt that I had is just that Tommy had no time on the race bike, and that was a big concern.
Before the step up?
No, the left-hand sweeper. Okay, you're coming around. You shift down to what, second right there?
First.
First, and then you shift up coming around.
Yeah.
Why don't you try second around the whole thing? It doesn't work?
No, I'll try it.
Cool.
Dino! Riding good though, Matt.
No, doing all right.
Your throttle controls, that's what I need to be better at. Your throttle controls is so good. That's where I'm too like off and on.
I get that riding with Gautier and Nagel, like they're still even better than me at it. So it's
are they?
The ruts are rock hard and they're falling in. So you go in this one rut and there's a fucking big rock
boulder.
like that. Yeah. That's what happened up there, and then I just hit it, jumped off onto that ankle, and then.
Is it her or not?
No,
all right.
not now.
Let's just focus on getting you right, Nick.
Done now. Just want to go home, get healthy and race.
Let's do it. When we drove away from that final test day, that was it. The tools that we had were what we had. The plan from there was to just go there and just give it everything. I felt on the Friday that the riders, they started to have that nervous energy building. Max just seemed to be so calm. Dino, that was the first time that I'd seen him a little bit edgy. And then Tommy was okay, it's almost like the anticipation was starting to get that little bit of nervous energy.
Motocross of Nations, just to let you know.
Yeah, it looks good. I think if we don't have any more rain, it'll be all right. I think we're going to have to see how soft it is tomorrow when we start riding. But I think we've done a good job with the track. It's cool, new, a bit different. I mean, yeah, we're just English weather, isn't it? Now we're just up to that. See how muddy and soft it gets for tomorrow and Sunday.
I don't know, it is what it is with the weather, but it's going to be a lot different conditions when I got to ride the track, but that's fine. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be rutty, it's going to be choppy, but it should be good. I'm MX3, so at least MX1 and MX2 can scrape the mud off for me, so I'm alright with that.
It was relatively quiet still on the Friday when we walked the track, but we bumped into a few fans.
CGB! CGB!
You could feel that it was starting to build, the atmosphere was starting to build.
Simpson Army! Simpson Army!
The fans, like I said, are coming in, and it's a little bit wet and damp today, but all the media are hyping it up, and it's starting to feel real now.
The Friday afternoon press conference is like a who's who of world motocross. Champions from all over the world speak to the press, all within touching distance of the main prize, and all looking pensive or nervous in anticipation.
Yeah, it's always good to be back in England. You know, there's so many asphalt. It's been a while now since I've been in that place.
We're going in for the press conference, the Ustream press conference. So we're all good. Dino's not here, just having some dinner, right time. But apart from that, we're all good.
We'd like to ask Brian Bowler. The rest of the teams have to say this. Team manager Mark Chamberlain. First of all, congratulations on your appointment as team manager for Team GB. First year in the job for you. How's it been so far?
Yeah, it's been a really positive experience, and I think it's been good. Yeah, there's been some challenges, but I think we've done a good job, and the boys are all together, and the spirit's good in the camp, which is really what we aim for, to try and get them together as early as possible. And they've been having the crack, so yeah, it's all good.
For the first one for you on home soil, so 4th Motocross Nations, 7th has been your.
I think if we just all focus on what we need to do, and I think we'll be real good.
Tommy Stewart and Pete Wilson, Team GB, they finished 7th last year. Of course, it's now home nations. Very shortly. Congratulations on your selection, guys, and all the very, very best this weekend. Right.
Team GB.
As the night draws in, the fans get their first sight of the riders, as the teams are rolled out and the riders get a small taste of the atmosphere to come.
British fans are some of the best in the world. They're so enthusiastic. It doesn't matter what sport. When they support their man, they go all in. It was great when the fans got behind the boys. Times like that are so important to the team. To see the fans behind them, it really means something, and it does give them a boost. You're almost afraid to think that it's going to be a great weekend, but you can't help but to get wrapped up in that moment. If Friday night felt like a bit of a high, Saturday morning was definitely a sobering experience when the rain started to fall. When we turned up at the track, things started to feel real. The first thing was the draw for the gate, and no matter what anyone says, we were all nervous. A good starting pick could mean the beginning of a good weekend or the start of a bad one.
So Poland is next. And Team GB. So, Mr. Chamberlain, are your wishes to be granted or not? 24. Sean Simpson's number. So 24 for GB.
Could be worse, couldn't it? Could be a lot worse.
It was good to get the gate draw out of the way so we could just get stuck into the weekend.
14 or 3 would have been nice though.
Yeah, boy.
Took 10.
Good to see you, mate.
With the formalities out of the way, the fans get their first chance to see the riders on track.
I tripled in on the GoPro lap.
Wait, tripled in where?
The rhythm section on the.
Did you really?
On the GoPro lap,
my
and,
God.
and I cased it a bit, and I was like, oh. Yeah, we only did 3 laps.
I was watching you.
I had the helicopter on one of them. And then,
Gautier wasn't shy. I couldn't believe we had that triple step up first lap. I was like,
I know. So, same. I was like, it's fun though. So.
Stick out on you quick.
Yeah.
yeah, track looks okay. The weather is just hanging on by a thread. It's drizzling a little bit right now, but that's okay. Hopefully it can just stay like that. But no, track looks good. Ready for a good day.
Conditions, if anything, I think were favouring us.
Definitely like a little bit sloppy at the minute, but it's not that deep, which isn't surprising.
It's always exciting to watch the first few practices, get to see all those top guys from different teams and what they're doing and how they're looking. I felt it was important to have a strong Saturday. You know, we had to attack it.
In the time, so this might be the lap that he puts himself.
Max was 4th in the first practice, so that was a good start.
When it's out there, those level riders.
That's alright, that's a good start.
It's good. Solid, mate.
What,
Feeling
like?
alright?
Yeah, good.
I think like all those back sections, those long ruts and stuff, it's just stood up, patient. Like don't like be rushing it too much. Like, fine, be on it.
Practice was all about just trying to get as much information as possible, communicating that back to Jordan, who was looking at the lap times, and we're just trying to break it down as much as we could.
You can see it's not comfortable because it's like jumping short or jumping long and everything, you know.
Well, even like the other day.
Tommy took a long time to get going in his practice session, and it was one of those things where it's what had been happening all week really, unless he really went for it. He was quite a bit off.
So unstable through there, but he needs to be. Balancing Guillaume's line through here.
He's right where all the way.
No, he's getting here and then going across the ruts inside that line.
And then holding on that.
You got that lap in here.
It's always good to get different perspectives, and we had a lot of help that weekend. It was all positive as well, which is great.
Tommy, bike wise, alright?
Yeah, it's just sticky the track.
Yeah.
I felt relieved that he got to 6th in that session. Then I felt like there was more potential. Tommy was still slightly unsettled, and he was still searching for that setup and that little bit of confidence.
Takes a bit of time.
Nice. Fair play. Awesome. Good boy, Dino. Crowd are loving it.
Dino was slightly disappointed with his practice time, but for me, I felt as though we were there or thereabouts.
As the heat races get started, Heat 1 goes off the line and a fired up Max comes out swinging. Reigning champions France immediately hit the front, with Gautier Paulin, followed by reigning 9-time world champion Antonio Caroli.
really good, and a lapper just jumped from left to right and cleaned him out in the air last lap. He was going for it. He was riding really, really well. Just unfortunate he just totally connected with the rider in the air, but he's all right, he's all good, so that's the important part, and he ended up 4th, so that's good. Tommy's on his way out, then I'm after him, so yeah, just need to get good starts, ride well, and that's all we can do.
The team watched Tommy go into the heat race, knowing this could be the opportunity to get things rolling. Aussie young gun Hunter Lawrence and American champion Zach Osborne dominate the race. Tommy comes home in 7th and is still searching for an improved setup.
It was 10 minutes into the race, he started to drop down the field a little bit.
Ça va lancer dans les
Yeah, well, his lap time was alright. Yeah, he done a 2:30, which was that was as quicker than Bogus and as good as Prado. But when he loses that bit of intensity, he's got to have a whole motor of intensity.
Yeah, but that's where he's going to struggle. That's the biggest thing you're going to miss in it. Coming back to this level is the intensity side of it, especially on the little bike.
He's just going to have to dig deep in it. Do you know what I mean? The short needs to be a bit harder initially, make that a bit harder, and put the forks up through so he can get it on top of the thing and turn it.
Just no one's just helped, have they? I've just got to buy, that's it, go away, that's it.
Be right, be right. I'll grab Moose. We'll get some decent changes for tomorrow.
Someone could have given me a fucking bike and actually gone, so how can we make this a little bit better? Do you want to run a 3-speed? Do you want to run a 4-speed? Like.
I know, but that's gone. Let's put it behind us, innit? Let's make the changes we can and fucking get stuck in.
As he came over the line, he is charged, really charged up for this weekend. So much pride, he's worked so hard.
That's good. What are we in points right now?
4. We've had 4 and a 7. So at least we're safe. That's the main thing. You know what I mean? So. Max and Tommy's have both been solid. Tommy struggled at the middle of the race a little bit, but we know what we need to work on now. And Dino, there's not much pressure now for Dean, but just always good to get a good race under his belt, build some confidence. Just solid if he's top 5. That's 3 solid rides, and then we go at it tomorrow.
Dean fires out of the gate for the final heat. Passionate Scott is up against some tough competition in the shape of Jeffrey Herlings and former world champion Romain Febvre. Dean brings it home in 5th position, putting Team GB safely through to compete for the Chamberlain Trophy in front of their excited home fans.
We started off with 38 teams. We are down to 20 now for the Peter Chamberlain Trophy.
The track had changed a lot overnight, and there was so much water on the track. It was going to be a different day. We all knew that. It was good for the riders to interact with the fans on the Sunday morning. It was just good interaction, you know, and they took their minds off the job for a minute.
I didn't trickle out.
Yeah, that's not good.
I can't get yours anyway. I'd have done you off 175.
Leading up to the first race, the anticipation was building.
The Motocross of Nations is about to begin.
The intensity rose.
The biggest event in the whole world is back in the UK.
Excitement, nervous excitement. It's all these different feelings are running through your body at the same time.
We have 3 big races now to see who's going to be the champion. Who will take home the Chamberlain Trophy?
Who's going first to the gate?
Tommy, yeah. You all right with that? You'll be all right.
We all felt as though Max was a potential race winner. Tommy, we were trying to get him out the gate, so Max went outside, Tommy went inside.
Let's try and get him away and keep him tight. Get one moto.
I've asked all the riders how they're feeling. You must feel immensely proud at this moment in time.
I'm super proud of the boys, to be fair. The attitude that they've shown up until this point, you know, they've all been so positive, and we've just got to carry it through today now because the preparation's been done and I believe in them so much, so I hope we can pull it off.
You seem remarkably calm. I guess it's because you've done all you can up to this point. It's now down to the riders.
Yeah, I can only do so much, and all I've tried to do is get those guys comfortable and create a good vibe, and I think we've got that. They're bouncing off each other, and they've just got to believe they can do it. They've got to go for it and try and get out that gate and just go for it.
Well, there you go. Just go for it indeed. That's
big afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Fasten your seatbelts because you are in for a hell of a ride.
Tommy, big fucking performance. Let's fucking go. Max, good luck, mate. You got it.
Anstey from Calderon from Portland. Anstey on the last lap, ladies and gentlemen, did the fastest lap of the race, 2:44 for Anstey. Yeah, Tommy Searle has moved up 3 places on this lap, everybody. Tommy Searle goes up another place into 16th.
The only thing that mattered to me is where our riders were. It was such a buzz seeing Max leading in front of the home crowd.
Tommy Searle has gone missing in action. It looks like he's gone out of this one.
For a few minutes, I was watching and I thought, that's it, it's done. Max's win didn't really matter to the team if Tommy was then not able to compete in the second race. My main concern was getting back, getting ready and going out for the next race because that was then the most crucial race.
Anstey now, just one more hill to go. Up towards us here on Tag Heuer. He's going to win race 1 for Great Britain. Max Anstey! Look at the price come along!
I didn't have time to go and congratulate Max or savour Max's win because all I could think about was getting Tommy out for that next race.
Fair play to Max, though. That's
He was mint, wasn't he? Yeah, really good.
Nice one. All right, mate.
All right, mate. Cheers. What was the tyre like? Let's go with the same one again.
We're going to run this tyre.
Run that tyre, yeah, just so it's better on the track. He said he's not going to get an old shot, so like he's just, you know, he's got just fucking get his head down. What clutch is in this one?
I'm going to go through it.
We're going to go through it. Just make sure the fucker's really oiled, because this conditioner it gets so hot. If they get friction on them,
I don't normally oil them. I normally take the cycling lap as the one to break it in, but because we didn't do cycling lap, it's sort of
these can just soak them honestly, mate.
Tommy was already under so much pressure that once that had happened, it just increased so much more. I felt for him, you know, he was under massive pressure and then going into that second race. We had to get some points on the board, otherwise the day's done.
Yeah, because that one's fucked still, because we just left that and just...
Dean was slightly tense. He also was feeling the pressure. The conditions didn't particularly suit him, but he was ready to go.
Sorry, just to clarify, past pit lane, right down there and back up, that one. George has said that you go drop down before that first triple, they bulldoze all around the outside. So he said like first lap, it depends where you're at, but you can, the rut on the inside's still there, but it's flat right around the outside.
With the got, if I come in, I want the other set of laminates ready to go.
From February, Dean Wilson is inside the top 10.
Dean had to throw his goggles even before the second corner. Felt like things were stacking up against us.
2015 world champion is right there with him.
Before the race, we told Tommy not to push too hard. The main objective was to bring the bike home.
Un magnifique retour de Zackelborn. I can see Tommy back there, he's running a towel in case he crashes to clean his gloves. He's just outside the top 20 at the minute.
Now Dean Wilson coming into the valley area. He's starting to fight his way back. In fact, he moves up another place.
Most importantly, Tommy got the bike over the line. We are still within the shout of a podium.
Dino brought it home. What a brilliant ride. 7th place for Dino behind Christophe Charlier.
Once the second race had finished, it was a sense of relief, but then also, let's look at it, well, we can still get on the podium.
Dean's there. What happened there? All from first lap. First goal was on first lap. He rode the whole race with no circle.
I want you to focus on your race, but in the grand scheme of things, the Dutch and the Aussies, who we're fighting for a podium, just so you know that information. You crack on, do your own thing, just so you know. Are you going first, Nick? Yeah, I'm going next to the box. Yeah, because I think that's the right thing to do, because then if Dean wants to go a bit wider, he can, because no one's gated from the inside anyway. I'm going next to the box. Spot on.
A bit of a shiner actually, his left eye. So he took a rock to the head by the looks of it. That would be a little bit of a cut. So GB, we still have one outside shot on the podium, but we're going to need about 12 laps. So you guys get fired up and fired.
19, backs Anstey! Anstey in the front!
Anstey with a box hot shot here in moto number 3. He was a winner.
I didn't know what to expect of Max going into the last race. He went out and attacked the race from the start.
Anstey, your race leader for Great Britain, and Romain Febvre making Anstey work extra hard here.
It was awesome that Max was leading, but I was so focused on the overall result. At that stage, the positions were crucial, and we were desperate to get on the podium.
Anstey and Team Great Britain couldn't ask for anything more.
You don't need to worry about Ferrari.
Dai, forza Antonio!
Done seeing of you.
The man in the lead! The man who set this crowd alight this weekend so far!
Febvre is coming out swinging for Team France. Max is down.
Anstey goes down on the descent.
Romain Febvre hits the front.
Anstey has had a shaky lap. He's had a bit of a wobble, folks.
Well, I can tell you now, Roger, we got France leading this, the Netherlands second. Dean Wilson needs your support. He is riding round here without any goggles. He's going to get
He goes to the inside.
Those two lines come together. Anstey had to check up just a little bit.
Monster Energy finish line for the 8th time. Oh, and short for Romain Febvre. Anstey is through. Anstey leads again for Great Britain. Oh, respect for Anstey as well. Oh, he protects the line and Febvre.
Ormai meno di 2 giri al termine con Max Anstey che sta capitalizzando la sua fuga, se ne va a vincere indisturbato per 1.
Keep pushing Dino because Herlings is going to do Febvre. He's been ruthless big time.
Herlings letting it all hang out.
Herlings working in devastating form at the moment. The number 6 rider launches. Anstey has to be careful here. He doesn't want to get caught. There's Herlings though. Herlings is closing in. That gap is not 3.6 seconds.
It's not.
Dean Wilson digging in, ladies and gentlemen. There he is on the 21. He crosses the line now. Dino minus his one. And Max Anstey, here he comes. Coming back towards us. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Max Anstey! And Anstey, he goes 1-1 here in front of his home fans. He goes the perfect score. He wins the MXGP category. GB are on the podium for the first time since Nîmes in Belgium, 1997.
Max crossed the line to win it, and there was joy, but at the same time we were just waiting for Dino to bring it home. After Dean had crossed the line, it was just a race to get up there, just to congratulate everyone. Massively proud moment for the riders, myself and my family. Something I'll always remember.
Did I have to win to get on the podium?
No, it wasn't that close in the end, but we were a point off Holland. So
Great Britain get themselves onto the Monster Energy Motocross of Nations here at home at Matterley Basin. Sweet for Max Anstey and Tommy Searle. Well, he's got his own memories of this place, and for Dean Wilson, he finally gets on the podium as well.
Team Great Britain, and led out by Mark Chamberlain. First year in the job, and the first podium in 20 years. You must be pretty delighted with how the boys came through, especially after the 37 score from Tommy Searle in the first race. What was it, clutch problem?
Yeah, Tommy had a clutch problem, and it was scary moments, because then you think, now we can make a mistake. They're all resting on it every race, so it put us under a bit of pressure. But to be honest, the boys took it all really well, and we didn't panic because everyone went about their jobs. But we knew going into that last race, that I told the boys, we need to watch Holland and we need to watch Australia. Realistically, if we want to be on the box, no one else really mattered at that time. France were gone unless they had a total disaster, which wasn't going to happen. They were, a class act today, as they always are. And so we focused on those two teams, and we knew. And then Australia had problems early, so then it was just down to Holland, and the boys tried everything. They knew that they had to get a point, 2 points. It was yo-yoing. They've done everything they could, and I'm so proud of them. And Max was world class today. 1-1 that's an awesome feat.
Dean Wilson receiving his medal, and Max Anstey, of course, a class winner in MXGP as well. You've heard that here at Matterley Basin. Vaughan just down the road. And the trophy. And the trophy as well. Hold on. Marty's going to get the third place trophy. Pascal Fino, Gauthier Paulin, Christophe Charlier, and Romain Febvre.
Chamberlain trophy, but Chamberlain's got a fucking trophy. They come to they pick this up at 7 o'clock, so let's go hide it. Thank you.
That is awesome.
Yeah, no, he's pulled it off, eh? Yeah. Spot on, thank you. I'm well part. I'm so need a beer. It's unbelievable. Cool. See you in a bit. Hey, first time in 20 years, isn't it? Start with a third, we'll go up from there. I think you're my lucky charm having those little talks with me.
Yeah, good luck. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done,
Cheers. Thank you. Spot on. We're well pumped. Cheers. Thank you.
Great work, guys. Really good. Really
Cheers.
Really good. See you soon. Cheers.
Not good enough to keep our deal, but. Cheers, mate. Cheers, Mike. Thanks, mate. No, he's all right. He's only a dealer. Everyone, yeah, I ate a lot of them. Fuck them. Yeah. Snap. Hey. Let's get in. Let's get the beers on the go.
Good lad, well done.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, he's so proud. Good boy. Well done, mate. Oh, good lad.
Yeah. Oh.
Sure, what's your chest saying?
Love you. Thanks for everything.
Not the same where is the wanker and where's he gone? I said he's gone the piss. Well done, mate.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well done.
Hey! Let's get in! Awesome.